Hey, this is Reed here in March. You know what that means? It's time for March Madness. And I'm ready. I was just watching some March Madness on TV. And I know it's technically not the tournament, but it's that time of year. Getting ready to make my brackets and stuff. But I'm going to do some top 25 team evaluations here. And let's go. So here's the top 10. As you can see, I have it up right there. And for my evaluations, I'm pretty much going to do not where I expect them to get, but where it would be successful to get. For instance, I think Miami, as you can see, at 6, I think they'll make it to the Sweet 16, but I bet their team expects them to make the Final Four. But let me start at Gonzaga. I think, even though they're number 1 ranked, they only have 2 losses this year, I think they will be successful and happy with a Final Four visit. Next, Indiana. I think they're like the Kentucky last year, the team to beat. And they're expecting to win the championship, definitely. Everyone thinks that. Duke, they've been rising up in the rankings. I think they will expect to win the championship also. And Kansas, Ben McLemore, I think they will definitely expect to win the championship. Georgetown, I'm not a huge fan of Georgetown. I don't think they're quite as good as they're ranked. I think a Final Four visit for them would suit them. Like I said, Miami, I think they expect to make the Final Four, but I think an Elite 8 visit would be successful for them. Up next, Michigan, they're a good team, Trey Burke and company, and I think that they expect to at least make the finals. I think it'd be good to get to the Final Four, but they'd like to play in the finals game. And Louisville, I think they expect to win. They have a talented roster, Gordy Jang, Peyton Seaver, Russ Smith, I think that's what his name is. And yeah, they're a talented roster. I think they expect to win. Kansas State, they're a little surprising to be up in the top 10. Rodney Magruder is very good. They're not the same Kansas State as they were with Jacob Poland, but I think they're still really good. And I think they expect to make the Elite 8. And Michigan State, I think, expects to make the Final Four. They always do under Tom Izzo. Okay, here we have from 11 to 20 teams. And first up, Florida. I think this team is better than 11th ranked. I think they're better than some teams in the top 10, like Michigan State and Kansas State. And I think this team will expect to make the Final Four. They're a good team this year, I really do. Errol Boykins, I think that's what his name is. Yeah, they have a good squad. New Mexico, they're a non-powerhouse conference team, but they're still pretty good. The Lobos, I still don't think they're as good as they're ranked. And I think Sweet 16 will be successful. I know they're ranked number 12, but I don't think they're quite as good as some other teams here. Oklahoma State has been on the rise, definitely 22-6. You can see a good record, and I think they want to make the Elite 8, and I think they can make the Elite 8. They have a good roster there. Ohio State's, I think, pretty low ranked. I know they've lost 7 games, but Aaron Craft is a great player, and I think they expect to make the Elite 8, definitely. Marquette, another good team. They weren't as they were without Johnson Odom and Jay Crowder, but, they're 21-7, which isn't great for 15th ranked. I know Ohio State's 21-7 too, but I say Elite 8 for Marquette would be successful for them. Up next, St. Louis, I think they're in the A-10, and that's the conference they're leading right now. And I think Sweet 16 for them, since they're 16 ranked. And Syracuse, I think, is low ranked for what they should be. They've got some great players, Brandon Trish, not Johnson Odom. Michael Carter-Williams is a really great all-around player. He's a good player. I like him. And I think that Syracuse expects to make the Elite 8. They're a pretty good team. Arizona up next. I'm not a huge fan of Arizona. I'm going to go Sweet 16. Oregon. Once again, I'm not a big fan. I like the Ducks, but I don't think they're that good. I say Sweet 16. Pittsburgh. I've been seeing them in the rankings constantly. And I think, meaning throughout the year, and I think that since they've been maintaining a pretty good year, Sweet 16. So here is 21 to 25, and then some others receiving votes. I won't do all of the other receiving votes, but I will do some of them. First up, VC, I'm watching them. They were crushing Temple, and now they're getting crushed by Temple. It will be a bad loss for them. They will definitely drop from the rankings, and I think they expect to make Sweet 16 visit. Wisconsin, I think, is a great team for where they're ranked. I mean, I think I know it sounds a little bit high for them, but I think they're going to expect to make the Elite Eight. I think they are a really good team. No, UCLA, they got some good players on there, Sweet 16. Notre Dame, I mean, they're going to expect to make the Sweet 16, but I honestly think they might get upset in one of the first two rounds. Same thing with Memphis, once again. All right, I'm going to go from teams' other receiving votes. UNC, I think they had a bad loss to Duke last night. I think, what was it, 16 points? I mean, but they were facing Duke. Yeah, like UNC as a team, but this year they're just not as good. And, I think they would like to make the Sweet 16. I mean, the rest of the teams in other receiving votes, I don't think is Sweet 16 worthy. I mean, St. Mary's maybe. Butler definitely could. I mean, I know they're not the same Butler they were a few years ago when they made the championship twice in a row, but they're still a good team. Creighton, Doug McDermott, they are a really good upset pick. On Belmont, I like they got the automatic big bid from, I forget what conference. Let's see. Who else is good that's not here? Let's see. Wichita State, I mean, they might not even make the tournament, but I think they could do good if they do. Long Beach State, I don't know if they still have Casper Ware, but I still think they're a good team. And I've been seeing Louisiana Tech in the rankings. I don't really think they're that good. So yeah, that's my team evaluations, and see you next time.